Welcome to Fantasy Filmball. My name is Dyl, and we have finally all rejoined together to do our December League update. Let's take a look at our standings to see where the 6 teams all stack up at this moment. And one thing you'll notice about our points, which you can rack up through various award shows, the box office, Metacritic points, as well as our viewer ratings, is the fact that these numbers may look a little bit high typically for where we're at in December, and that's because we are a little bit late to recording this episode. We have all gathered finally together here on the night of the Golden Globe nominations. They are fresh in our minds this morning because we originally were going to schedule last week, but then we had the opportunity to see James Cameron's Fire and Ash, and when James Cameron calls, you have to pick the phone up. Without further ado, let's recap these teams and kind of see how we're feeling about our draft picks 2 months removed. Your team's here, and honestly, I don't think it looks like the worst team, but what's your thoughts on your roster so far and the incoming points that may be coming your way here soon?
Hold on. You said this doesn't look like the worst team. What's the worst team, Dylan?
It's my team. It's my team.
All right,
Let's be honest.
That was the correct answer. I appreciate your honesty. No, my team's not looking too great, even if it might not be the worst one. My films are underperforming right now. Listen, I'm just hoping that my 2 kings right now, Marty Supreme and No Other Choice, are going to get a late surge. And that's not outside the realm of possibilities because they're both Christmas Day releases, guys. It's not over. Dream big. Dream big, all right? Like it's still possible. They're gonna have a late resurgence. Maybe even The President's Cake can get a late comeback as Sony Pictures Classics. They're the kings of late resurgences. We just saw Blue Moon get a Best Picture nomination at the Globes. It's not over. I'm getting like 4th place at the end of the day. So this is not a great comeback for me. But hey, I guess I'll take it over last.
Jack, you're currently in 5th place. You had the 5th overall draft pick. On draft day, we felt like your team was the best. Some films haven't hit as hard. Some films have overperformed. But what's your thought on your roster here 3-4 months removed from the draft?
Yeah, I think I will be taking that 6th spot from you, Arnaud. I felt pretty good about my team. But then once all of them started releasing at festivals or in general, it just became a lot of flops, one flop after another, you would say. I still feel good about Hamnet winning at least one category with actress. I think I feel good about K-pop winning 2. That's probably the only positives I really have on my team. Maybe Mr. Nobody Against Putin could get Doc. I think Left-Handed Girl has an outside shot at international. Other than that, Rental Family, House of Dynamite, and Enemy, Song Sung Blue, contender for one of the worst films of the year. You know, I've got a solid list there, but yeah, I mean, hopefully Hamnet and K-pop can carry me to do decently at least.
And next up on the leaderboard is myself. I had the 1st overall draft pick, but I find myself currently in 4th place. And as I said earlier in this episode, I think I have the weakest roster here. Sinners is doing some heavy lifting on my team. I think this could be an example where you have a film that's either going to finish in 1st or 2nd in the Best Picture race, and it shows you one film does not make up your whole film ball roster. My initial team that I drafted before our redraft where we brought in Ryan, I like that team. It's just that's not my team currently. My redraft really did not go my way, and I'm kind of cool with that. I've won 2 years in a row. Can you really expect to win this game 3 straight years? Not really, but Begonia is hanging on tight. If that gets the Best Picture nomination, then I have at least 2 on my team. Avatar, Fire and Ash. We've seen the movie now and missed out on Critics' Choice. It missed out on Golden Globe, so maybe it's on its way out. But I have docs. I have docs galore. Maybe I can have some sort of positive outcome here for my film ball season with one of the docs on my roster. But Matt, you are next up in the leaderboards. How do you currently feel about your roster?
Could not feel better about it. I'm feeling great. Sentimental Value is doing exactly what I needed it to. And one battle after another. Come on, I got that 3rd round, guys. That's crazy. It's just feeling like I'm walking my way to a number 1 right now. And I have Wicked for Good, which, contrary to what everyone wants, I don't think it's dead. I don't think the Golden Globes have killed it. I feel like it's still a strong contender. It's got all of those techs, all of those crafts that it is locked in for, and I think the visibility is going to help it at the end of the day. The Globe miss was bad, especially in favor of Nouvelle Vague and Blue Moon. Bad in favor of those movies. But I still think that there's enough people out there, especially if we have to consider that the Globes are a very small base, very artsy. I think Wicked's fine. I think Wicked's going to be okay. Which, sorry for all of you out there who don't want it to be okay. But otherwise, I mean, also, Amy Madigan, Weapons, that's happening. That's a really fun development in the race that we've now moved past the hypothetical stage. And we know she's getting the nominations. She's likely to get, hopefully, all of the noms, which is really, really, really exciting. So I'm liking how my team is right now. My bottom five could be better, could be a lot better, but top five is going to carry me throughout the year.
Well, Matt, you mentioned you could coast your way to the championship, but Ryan, he could steal it away. He stole away a few potential Best Picture nominees in our redraft last time around. So, Ryan, you've had your team now for about 2 months. Some films have rise the ranks, some may have tapered off, but your steals are all looking pretty good across the board.
Yeah, I think a lot of my still, I want to remind everyone at home what the situation I was in. I came in late. I wasn't there in the first draft. I know no one would believe me, but I had my eyes on Frankenstein and one battle after another. But whatever, we roll with the punches. I had to dig through everyone's trash and pick out some gems, and I think I got a few gems. Secret Agent did really well today. Golden Globes, I got Secret Agent. That's pretty cool. Train Dreams, Choo Choo Baby. I've always loved Train Dreams. And that's on my team. That's kind of cool. Smashing Machine, I thought that was kind of done. That just surprised with Emily Blunt, and The Rock just showed up, which is pretty cool. And Arco, I still think that could be our animated feature winner, personally. Come at me, whatever.
Come on.
Yeah, for real. I think it could do it. And then I have Sarat on my team, which is just fun because I love that movie. So, I mean, I look at my team, and I actually like a lot of the films that are on my team. And it's been very fun. And look, I have Nouvelle Vague. I didn't even know that. Boom. Sweet.
Something worth noting, Ryan. 9 out of 10 films on your team got nominated at the Golden Globes today.
There it is. 9 out of 10. Matt,
and
I
the
do
one
think you're
that missed
coping.
is a
You're
crazy
coping with
one to
Wicked.
miss the Golden Globes because it was Wake Up Dead Man, which should have been a shoo-in, at least for comedy actor in a normal year.
That's true. That is very true. Yeah. So I feel pretty good and there's no chance of winning with my team, but there is a chance of doing pretty well based on circumstance, I think. And yeah, I feel pretty good about it.
It's crazy how digging through, I mean, not that our fourth picks were necessarily trash, but how digging through our least desirable picks 2 months ago gave you this good of a team.
It is pretty impressive.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure, I don't remember who had the secret agent, but I'm sure they want to kick themselves. I know I want to kick myself for Train Dreams. So yeah.
Jonathan currently is our first place team. I think this is a spot where you find yourself pretty often in our drafts year after year, but you did lose out on Secret Agent. Ryan did steal that, but your team clearly is still doing pretty great with this first selection at the moment.
I think I'm the king of peaking too early on these drafts. I just come in and I'm like, wow, this is great. And then I just crash down at the finish line. We weren't recording, but I was ready to make fun of Jay Kelly, and then I realized I took it. So I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that with the Globes. It's still alive. It'll come back. But I do kind of like my team. I mean, Frankenstein, I was way up here. The reviews brought it down, made me sad. I thought I messed up. And now we are so back, and it's staying back. It was just an accident. Regardless of where you think, it is at least on the up and up. F1 keeps randomly popping in these places. Not for Best Picture, but it just keeps showing up. Sorry Baby's doing exactly what I want. Jay Kelly is doing its best. It's not like bad, I guess, but that's still an interesting one, I'll say for sure. The rest are completely okay, but my upper half really pulling me along here.
With all that being said, though, we have recapped our 6 teams. This is our opportunity to pick up a brand new film with our waivers, and we can just discard a film that's either underperforming or not living up to our expectations for why we initially drafted that movie. But Arnaud, you are currently last in the point standings, so that means that you're going to have our first waiver selection. So is there any available movie out there that's really catching your eye?
Jonathan, you were saying you're the king of peaking too early. I don't know. I haven't looked back, but I feel like I'm the king of being at the bottom very early, and then going back up a little bit, but never at the top or anything.
We call that being a power bottom.
A power bottom. I am a proud, just let that be on the record. I am a proud power bottom. Just make sure we've recorded that. So what can I go for? So I'm not gonna lie. 3 minutes ago, I thought Nouvelle Vague was undrafted, and I was so happy to pick that up as a Frenchman, and that is not actually the case. So before Golden Globes, there were a lot of films on the table, great choices like Ella McKay, like The Housemaid, like, films that haven't come out. So maybe they could be major surprises. I'm going to leave those pristine options up to you guys. I can't wait to see who picks up Ella McKay. But I will instead go for, a British film. I initially suspected that Urchin would be the big British contender, and that has proven to be extremely wrong. Sorry to have influenced you, Jonathan, for picking that, because it turns out Urchin is being left on the waysides in favor of 3 British films: Pillion, I Swear, and My Father's Shadow. Now, they each have their benefits. My Father's Shadow is a first film. It's got some buzz for the lead performance. It's a British film contending for international the official selection of the UK so far, not disqualified. I'm going to assume it's not disqualified. We have Pillion, which is also a first film, also a British film, also has performance prizes up its sleeve. And then we have I Swear, which is not a first film. It is a British film. And it's also got some performance prizes in contention, even though the film has not been released and will not be released in the States in time to be considered for American awards show. Theoretically, this should mean that I Swear has the least amount of point potential, which in a certain sense is correct. But I also think that it has the highest chance of getting a BAFTA nomination for Best Actor. Therefore, I will take the risk, and I will go with I Swear. I will drop a film that I thought, had a chance to get into comedy actor. And even before we had the Globes nomination this morning, I knew that it just wasn't going to happen at the end of the day. So unfortunately, I will have to drop Roofman. I'm sure it's a great film. I haven't watched it yet. I'm sure it's a great film, but for whatever reason, it just doesn't fit into this award season. So it's unfortunate, but yeah, I will have to drop that one.
So many options for what I could drop. I think chief among them, I think Song Sung Blue still might get some stuff. So I think I'll probably drop An Enemy, which I think is just completely dead in the water. And I think I'll follow Arnaud's path, and I think My Father's Shadow, already doing pretty well thus far. I think it could continue to do well with like first film debut at the British Awards. So I think I'll probably go with that. There was one documentary I was eyeing, but I'm not completely confident in that category in general. So I think I'm going to go with My Father's Shadow and drop An Enemy.
And that's going to bring us to myself. My waiver's up, and before I pick, I want to make a big swing. I want to try for something. We love trades here on Fantasy Filmball. John, my man, what are your thoughts on getting the documentary Frontrunner, Perfect Neighbor? It's sweeping everything. And you can have my pick right here. You get to pick 3 picks ahead of your current waiver selection. In return, I'll take your waiver all the way at the end of today's episode and getting in return my beloved F1.
Perfect Neighbor for F1 and your pick right now.
Yeah.
I respect it, but I think I can't do it. F1 got that aura. I need
F1
that.
does have that aura.
Need that on my team.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. JP, Sunny Hayes, those are cool guys. They're guys I want on my roster, but I respect you for having it out there. F1's turning into this year's Nosferatu or Challengers for me, a film that initially I had Best Picture prospects for, but it seems to be very consistent out there in the tech categories, if not even overperforming some people's expectations for that film. But in terms of my drop here, it's a film that, going back to our redraft when we added Ryan to the game, a lot of people should have said that I should have gotten rid of this movie, and that is After the Hunt. It's a film that I have since seen. It's fine. I don't love it. I don't hate it. Award season seems to hate it, but Sean Penn, this guy loves it, at least according to his actors and actors interview. But due to the viewership this movie has, due to the strength it will show in a single category, at least seemingly so, and the points so far that are already on the table, I'm going to pick up Warfare. I think the fact that this is doing very well with critics in the sound category, I would assume to do well with the Guild. My hesitation just comes to, will the Academy treat this like Alex Garland's last movie of Civil War and just not even throw it on the short list? But I think even if it misses the short list, Warfare ended up being like a top 30 movie in points last year, so or Civil War ended up being a top 30 movie in points last year, so hopefully Warfare can add some extra points to my team to get me out of the gutter of where I expect to finish this season in.
Warfare's a great pick. I didn't even think of that, but I think it's coming for that sound nomination. I really do. So I was really hoping that A Private Life would get a Golden Globe nomination today. It didn't. Julia Roberts and Tessa Thompson, come on. Anyways, I'm dropping that film, although I have half a mind to drop Father, Mother, Sister, Brother as well, because that also has not done anything that I was hoping it would with like Indie Spirits or whatever. But yeah, dropping A Private Life, and I'm going to pick up a 5.5 hour long documentary that has been sweeping with the major critic groups. My Undesirable Friends, Part 1, Last Air in Moscow. This is a film that I think is going to continue doing incredibly well with the highbrows. And it is sort of a fresh take on the Russia-Ukraine conflict. I feel like this could be a surprise shortlist and even a surprise nomination at the Oscars. Again, 5.5 hours long, but it seems like everyone who's watching it is walking away going, this is not just one of the best docs of the year, this is one of the best movies of the year. So hopefully that pays off, but even if not, it's going to do a lot better than A Private Life will.
You know, runtime aside, it reminds me a lot of Collective 5 years ago.
I'm just gonna go ahead and keep my lineup as is. I'm gonna get that SAG stunt win with Mission Impossible.
I don't believe in this movie. I don't like it. It ruins the aura of my team. I will drop Kiss of the Spider Woman. It can get a costume nom, and I just don't even care. Just don't care. No one has Elio.
That's what I was gonna choose for Mission Impossible, but
no one has Elio, but even that is like, you know, I'm not sure how much it would do. And especially since I don't really know the points like that. I'm just go off vibes. So I'm between Elio or Pillion. Whatever. I'll take Pillion.
That's probably the good choice, honestly.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate y'all.
It's also like getting screenplay awards.
Now that every team has had an opportunity to pick up or drop a film in our waiver segment, we are now in trade discussions. I've already tried with getting F1 from John, but the floor is open to anyone else out there who wants to make any moves now that we have all gathered here together on Zoom.
This would have been probably more fruitful or more interesting pre-Globes, but here we are. Matt, you know what's better than one Best Picture nomination? 2 Best Picture nominations. What do you think about Father, Mother, Sister, Brother, which I know is a very high value part of your team, and one by the other, for No Other Choice and Marty Supreme?
So,
whoa.
Wait, what?
Whoa.
No.
Whoa.
No.
Wait.
That.
Repeat that again.
So Father, Mother, Sister, Brother, and one brother for No Other Choice and Marty Supreme.
You're clever. You're trying to bury it in the fine print there. So I'm gonna say I see through your lies. No.
I respect that so much. I respect that trade offer so much. That's
That
hilarious.
that was a big shot.
Next offer I have, Ryan, you have a pretty good team, turns out. But between you and me, it is still trash. You collected trash, right?
I'm the
So
trash man.
I'm here to offer up a bit of gold. It might not be the biggest lumps of gold, but it's better to have gold than to have trash, right?
Oh yeah. The next
Um,
words out of your mouth better be
this
deliver me
is
from nowhere.
this is this is the worst way to trade with people. Tell them they're
He's negging you, Ryan.
No, this isn't true. I'm just teasing you, of course. We're friends. We're friends, Ryan.
Yeah.
So obviously you have a lot of good stuff on your team. I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, otherwise we wouldn't be having this conversation. So I'm out here and I'm thinking, that's okay. I was generous. I was like, Ryan, he needs a leg up. He needs to
Yeah.
have a fighting soldier in this in this race. Otherwise, it's no fun. Otherwise, it's no
Thank
fun.
you.
So I generously gave you Train Dreams, and you can keep
Thank you.
it. You can keep it. I'm happy to have you here with us. I'm very this is it's a pleasure to have you onto these calls and to discuss Oscar prognostication and for you to have a film that
Arnold
you
is
love
milking it. He is
and
milking it.
to have a film that you love. And so
Sure.
so you can keep it. That being said, my favorite film of the year, Ryan. I know you like
Yeah.
it too. My favorite film of the year right now, it's Surratt. All right?
Oh, I love Surratt too. You got to give me
And
something good for
and
Surratt.
Surratt, it might not get into international feature, but it's looking more likely in some other categories like score, like sound.
Could be this year's zone of interest, maybe.
Right now,
Someone said.
you don't. I don't know where you have it. I don't have it internationally. I think that right now, the awards bodies they kind of react to whatever's getting attention. Like Critics'
Yeah.
Choice. Critics' Choice gave it to all five Neon films. They gave it the sixth nomination to Belen. What the hell is Belen? Nobody watches Belen.
Yeah.
It's just, oh, Amazon sent me an email. I'll vote for this film. I'll vote for Belen.
Right. Right.
They haven't watched anything else. They just vote for whatever's getting attention. The Oscars, they're gonna go for something a little bit more like, we're gonna be more interesting. I don't know what it's gonna be. Maybe it's gonna be Left-Handed Girl. Maybe it's gonna be The Voice of Hind Rajab. Strada might be a little bit too divisive. That's kind of where I stand. You don't have to
Right.
stand.
Right.
That's where I stand. So I'm thinking, Surratt has some potential, but nothing is certain, especially since Neon has four contenders that are stronger than it. But what might be worth a trade offer?
No
It
other
might
choice.
it might be Blue Moon, a film that just got a Best
Oh,
Picture
wow.
nomination at the Globes. Is this a fair trade? Honestly,
I
you might be
genuinely.
getting the leg up with that because that's a lot of points. Best Picture at the Golden Globes. Ethan Hawke might be
Right.
is winning some awards for Best Actor right now. So maybe this is a foolish trade, but I want to have my favorite film of the year, and I didn't think it would be performing like this, but it is performing pretty well. So for my team, for my sake, for my mental health, I need this on my team right now. You know?
That was a really good pitch. And actually, I thought that it was going to be a much more blood-sucking deal. Like, that's actually a somewhat tempting offer because you offered me Blue Moon, my baby Blue Moon, and I love it. I do love it. And I think he is going to be nominated. Oh boy, oh boy. And why doesn't anyone talk about Blue Moon being a potential original screenplay nomination, by the way?
It's a
I
Best
think it will
Picture
be.
nomination.
I think it will be a Best Original Screenplay
And
nomination.
a possible, well, you would say that. Oh gosh, I love Surratt so much. And I have to have a feeling that you know how points work in this game more than I do. I have no idea what you have up your sleeve, so it feels safer to just say no. Because I also enjoy Surratt. I think me and you both rank it a 9, the highest on anyone here. So we both love it.
Ryan,
I
this is a very good offer.
It is a good offer, isn't it?
Do it.
I should
Arnaud
do
just
it.
offended all the Argentinians as well. So good luck in the comments for the film ball. Just
It's a
shots
good
at
offer?
Belen.
I don't give a shit. I'm technically not even part of the channel. I'm just a guest. I'm just a glorified guest. All right.
Gosh, I really do love Surratt. It could be.
Ryan, do it.
All right, I'll do it.
Blue Moon could get
Let's
like
go.
4 nominations. Yeah.
All because I was peer pressured.
Whoa, Ryan! If you don't want Blue Moon, I got something for you. People talk about docs. They need docs. They love docs, especially in this game of Filmball. Docs can be a point glitch in certain scenarios. So why not just take one doc? You could have Perfect Neighbor. It looks like it could go on to win the Oscar, but some people are really high on Put Your Soul in Your Hand and Walk or 2,000 Meters. So your choice of 2 docs in return for Blue Moon in your worst movie?
No, I don't even like documentaries that much. No, I'm just kidding. But
Lame.
no, I almost feel bad that I lost Surratt because it was like when I see it on my list, it was like so like, oh, I love you, and now it's gone. But I do like Blue Moon too, so it's okay. But what do you think about Testament of Anne Lee, Arnold or Arno?
I think it's dead.
Oh, okay. I just
And I
thought
haven't
maybe
seen
you
it yet,
like
so I
it.
don't know if I like it yet.
Okay.
Well, speaking
What does
of
anyone
not,
think about?
Testament of Anne Lee's ass. That's one of my least favorite movies of the year.
Whoa, nah, shit's fire.
Easily.
Shit's fire. It's fire. Gas.
Sorry, what were you saying,
gas,
Ryan?
gas.
I was just gonna say, does anyone have any faith that Testament of Anne Lee could do a comeback? And does anyone have any offers for it?
No.
Rest in peace.
Do you want Song Sung Blue for it?
Oh God, that's actually not bad. No, I don't, but that was at least a nice offer. Thank you, Jack.
Anyone want Song Sung Blue?
Yeah, I'll give you Splitsville.
I can't now.
I'd rather just lose a movie on my team than take.
Wait,
back
hold
Song
on.
Sung
You
Blue.
were ready to give Splitsville, a film that just got editing and screenplay or something at Spirits?
Oh yeah, you want Splitsville? I got it. Take it. In fact, you love Splitsville. I don't love this movie, but the memes, if I'm already bringing up the rear, I'm going to drop Splitsville next time around anyway. So why don't I give you a movie that you love? Give me a movie that I love for the meme. I want Nuremberg. Judgment Day is coming because Sully's never quit. Avatar is on its way out of the Best Picture race, so I kind of am here in the game of Filmball as well. You want your favorite
let's
movies?
Actually do that. Let's
Give-
actually fucking do that. Fuck Nuremberg. Give me Splitsville, man. Give me that shit.
You got it. Splitsville for Nuremberg, and that will be my drop
Okay,
next month.
I'm not saying I'm gonna do this, but Ryan, just out of curiosity, would you consider? Would you actually consider? I'm not doing it, but like, would you actually consider No Other Choice for The Secret Agent?
Oh my God. Not
Wow.
at this point, but my God, that is so good. That's like my favorite one. That's like my second favorite film of the year.
I want to thank all of our players for coming here today for this December Fantasy Filmball League update. I appreciate each and every one of you coming here. And if you made this far inside the video, thank you so much for watching. Consider a like, a subscription. Keeps you up to date with everything that we're doing here. And check the description box down below for all of our players. You can follow them on Letterboxd, Awards Expert, their YouTube channels if they have one. Because everyone here, they got fun takes. They got fun stuff. That's why we have them here on Filmball. But until next time, my name's Dyl.
My name is Matt, and this has been Fantasy Filmball.